Another way for farmers to work with chefs is through a distributor. Many chefs prefer to go through distributors instead of working directly with farmers because distributors usually have many more products and they simplify delivery schedules. Richard Johnson of Onomea Farms on the Big Island sells 80% of his produce through distributors.
What would really work well is if the chefs could communicate through the distributors, because most chefs work through distributors and not directly with the farmers. If the chef can let the distributor know how he's going to use that fruit, and if the distributor can let the farmer know, then for most small farm operations, the farmer would be delighted to use his knowledge of the varieties of fruit, the degree of ripeness of the fruit, the size of the fruit, characteristics of various fruit that would better match what the chef is trying to do than to just get a 50-case order of rambutans and you don't know what it's going to be used for. Also, it would be very useful if a chef is going to feature a piece of produce for a longer run, that through the distributor lets the farmer know that you need a case of really good quality stuff for the next 6 weeks, because normally we get our orders week to week and we pick to order. But if we know that there's going to be some portion of that order, that amalgamated order, that has a special use or a special interest, then most farmers would be delighted to pay special attention and to save their fruit to meet that order. So it's just a matter of communication. My farm sends about 80% or more of its produce to the mainland, and it's a risk. The farther it moves, the more hands it passes through, the bigger risk to me, because when at the end the fruit turns out not to be good because it sat on the tarmac too long or whatever, I'm the guy that eats that. I suffer the financial consequences of that. I'd much rather ship locally. It's low risk. My fruit gets there in much better shape. There's less spoilage. So I absolutely prefer to work with local chefs, local markets. It's just a better deal for me. Local consumption seems to be a growing trend. There's more and more emphasis on buying local, sustainability, meaning keep your neighborhood farmer in business. So hopefully that trend will continue, and we'll be able to sell a bigger proportion of our product locally. And again, if I'm selling to people where I know what they need, I can provide them with a better product than if I'm selling a ton of rambutans to a distributor on the mainland and I have no clue where it's going to go and how it's going to be used.